Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Today I'm going to do an in-depth review for you of the new Posea Reef doll, who is from the new Great Scarrier Reef line. And we find out from her side tab that she's the daughter of Poseidon. And Poseidon is a very powerful Greek god. He was the god of the sea and storms and even earthquakes, so I'm thinking Posea is going to be really powerful too. I'm reading the back of her box and it says that she has vast knowledge and also loves to garden. So far doesn't sound very powerful. And also at the bottom of the box there is a blurb about the new movie. So I have unboxed Posea, and I want you all to know that she does stand as advertised by herself, but you do need to do some adjusting of the bottom pieces. She has 3 pieces of seaweed, or maybe they're kelp, that you have to adjust into a tripod to get her to stand. Right out of the box, she kind of falls flat because the box is flat. Here's her diary. It says that she'll whip up a fierce underwater storm if we try to read it. Oh, so maybe she is quite powerful after all. Cool. And this has to be one of the more interesting Monster High diaries that I have read. Even the gardening part is interesting. The story is that she takes care of these sea plants, and each one is connected to a sea creature or a ghoul, an actual person. And through looking at their sea plants, she can tell how they're doing and whether they're in distress and whether they need help or rescue. One interesting part is that the sea plant that's connected to the ghoul Kala Mer'ri tells Posea that while Kala is tough and sort of cold on the outside and maybe even bossy and mean, she's got some kind of sadness on the inside. Isn't that just true of all bossy and mean people? Anyway, so I'm excited to find out what the movie will tell us, but here I am just doing a 360 turnaround of Posea so you can see her lovely profile from every angle, her face from every angle. I will say she doesn't look quite like I expected, and I'll tell you why in a second. First, I want to show you her hair bow, which is very unique. It's a black sea fan held together by a sea anemone. I thought that was very clever. And her face is very beautiful. She has light blue skin and very large, translucent green eyes with green eyeshadow and a suggestion of pale lavender eyeshadow on the top lid. You can maybe see, I don't know if you can see the lines of freckles across her nose, which I think are beautiful, and very, very red lips. But this is what I expected her to look like. These were her promotional photos, and she had these indentations in her cheek and in her forehead area that reminded me of gills, and unfortunately, she doesn't have those gills. Her face is very smooth. So, while I'm not saying she's not beautiful, I'm just saying that she doesn't look like I thought she would. I do like her hair very much. It is a very gorgeous shade of violet red with sea kelp green in it. And I like her very dark blue sea coral sea fan earrings and her ears, which look like fins. Oops. Oh, a bit wobbly when I try to pull back the hair. I did just want to show you guys how long the hair is. It's very soft, there is no gel in it, and it hangs down past her bottom, almost to where her thighs would be, if she had thighs. And that teal in her hair almost reminds me of the teal in Raven Queen's hair from Ever After High, from Dragon Games. But anyway, she's wearing a very unique piece of coral over a asymmetrical tank top. And I want to show you that her entire body is covered with these spiny ridges, which I think is super cool. It reminds me of like the spines that you might find on some kinds of sea plant, or it's escaping me right now. Sand dollar, sea urchin, not quite that spiky. Then there's webbing between her fingers, just like a sea goddess should have. And she's wearing 2 pieces of kelp on her arms, one near her wrist and one kind of on her upper arm. And I want to show you in the back that you can unfasten the coral by removing those 2 pieces from the back. And you can't see her tunic too well. This is the only part that you can get an unobstructed view. It's a fuchsia background with black and orange and green, denoting sea life. And there I'm showing you her other kelp bracelet. There's a kelp armband and a kelp bracelet. And here's her bottom half. So what I like about this doll is she's not a mermaid. She dissolves into like, she's half human on top and then half kelp on bottom. Really, I think she's just a giant sea plant. And she has these sea creatures hanging in her kelp. A seahorse and a fishbone and a crab, and then back here a sea snake. That is so scary to me. I look at sea snakes, I look at any kind of snake, and I'll basically faint. And of course, when it comes to glowing in the dark, it's the sea creatures that glow in the dark. The sea crab and the fish bones and the seahorse and that sea snake. Scary. All right, to answer a question from YouTuber Pinky Girl, Posey is not quite as tall as a normal-sized Monster High doll, but Perry and Pearl are. So thanks, Pinky Girl, for asking the question. And now it's time for some shout-outs. Shout out to Raven Queen and Journeys Hold Up TV. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Well, that concludes my review of Posey, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching.